Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Dustin here today. I'm going to show you how to make an LLC. I'm not sure how many parts that's going to take, but I am going to take you through all the steps to get it done cheaply, for under $200. LegalZoom wants $500, so I'm going to be saving you money here today. First off, you go to this link. It's for a registered agent. Well, first of all, let's tell you what a LLC does. It's actually it's a limited liability company. And what does that mean? It means limited liability for the owner. It's a disregarded entity. So say you are an employee driving a car that's in the LLC's name, limited liability company. You get in an accident. They cannot sue you for your house and take your personal possessions. They can only sue for what's in the LLC. Usually a smart person, they do not keep anything in their LLC. They just take draws on all of it. I mean, you can get it self-sustaining, but pretty much an LLC is going to protect your personal assets. Plus, it gives you all kinds of tax benefits. It's much easier to file for your taxes and write stuff off because you look like a legitimate business. You're writing off business expenses while you own a limited liability company. It's not just Joe Schmo writing off all these business expenses. The IRS might get suspicious. So it's always good to get one. So first of all, I'm going to give you the link for a free registered agent. And what a registered agent is pretty much they're lawyers that do legal stuff, to where if the IRS wants to get in contact with you, or somebody wants to get in contact you with regards to the company or sue you or something, the state has a registered agent which they can notify, subpoena, all kinds of stuff. I don't know what it is, but you need one in every state. You need a registered agent. You need to pay these people, and they need to have a physical address. They can't have a PO box. So basically, go down to the link below, go up to services, and go to registered agent services. This is what I did. And then you go to order registered agent service now. It's going to be $99 for the year. So no, I am a new customer. And then don't worry about multiple jurisdictions unless you're in multiple states. You're not going to need that. And you don't need it if you're actually selling stuff online in multiple states. It's only physical multiple states. Say you have multiple locations, or you're actually transacting cash or a check in person in different states. That's the only time you need it. If you're just selling stuff on eBay, you don't need it. Make sure you get your name correct right here, because you're going to need it correctly, because when you file with the state, it needs to match up perfectly. Limited liability partnership, that's going to be if you and your buddy get into the business, want to split the company 50-50. If it's just you, it's just a limited liability company. And the limited partnership's just only for multiple people, so I'm assuming you're just doing it by yourself. Select your jurisdiction, it's just your state. And then you actually get discounts the more years you get, which I bought 3 years, so I don't have to deal with it. Plus, not to mention, you save, $50. I wasn't too keen on dropping, 332, but you get two more years for $60, which is a great deal. So let's just do the 5 years, because I'm not buying it right now. The fiscal year end, I'm just going to keep that at 31. Basically, that's when you file your taxes. It has nothing to do with, it's whatever's convenient for your accountant. If it's just you, pretty much an individual's fiscal year is from January to December. That's an individual's fiscal years. Companies' fiscal years can differ. They can start in February and end in the next February, or end in the next January. Pretty much the year can start anywhere. So that, just leave it at that unless you want to get fancy with it. Enter all your contacts information and make sure you get your email address correct, because that's where they're going to mail you your free registered agent, your registered agent address. And you're going to need that when you file with the state. That's pretty much all you need. So that's what you're paying for, is their address. And you fill out your billing, fill out all this, and then you really do not need this unless you're incorporating, which you're not. You're just doing a limited liability company. And if I find a coupon code, I will leave it in the description. and then you just finish and you submit the order, and they're going to email you something. And that is the end of the registered agent tutorial, and I am going to take you over on how to file with the state. So pretty much just go through that link and fill out what it tells you. Don't get fancy with it. I mean, it's not rocket science. Domestic limited liability company if you're a single person. Domestic liability limited liability partnership if it's more than one person. Usually the foreign, see that all the foreigns, that's if you're in different states. So don't even worry about that unless you're, you live in Indiana and you're incorporating in, say you have a LLC in Indiana and you want to incorporate or make an LLC in Illinois. That'd be a foreign because you're originally in Indiana. So just fill it out. It's not rocket science. And then go to my next video, part 2 of how to create an LLC.